Hmm. Alright, diving into the video. A quick video, hopefully a quick video. This is about, I have a theory on these Arizona State and the Phoenix Suns basketball team, and why Arizona State is doing good. Yes, rock coming through. What is up? Make all the noise you want. We'll just watch it. No, not really. I don't have time for that. But why Arizona State, the basketball team? If you have seen, if you've noticed, maybe you have noticed, they've been winning with 90 points plus on the board. 3 wins in a row. 90 points or more scored. So they have really handled their competition, and they are playing with seriousness. They're playing good, and I've been told, and one of the announcers said that the team of Trey Holder, and they have this other guy, I forgot his name, and they have a big guy, Trey Holder, and who was lighting up the 3 ball out there. Cody Justice was knocking in 3s all day. I've got my AC hat on as well, which I will cover my eyes a little bit with. I'm knocking down. Cody Justice was also knocking down 3s all day. And that game against NEU, which tomorrow Arizona State will play UC Davis, which should probably be another big win. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about why I give my theories and insight, rather, on why the Suns are, like, with the new head coach. I thought, I think it's going to be a little bit more promising of a year, or should I say a few more wins than last year. Like, it's not going to be like the transformation like Torrey Ravello and the D-backs, how they went from, the D-backs went to suck to real good playoffs team. But it's going to be more like about 500 for the Suns probably this year. That's what I'm going to say. They get their act together. I think they could pull that off. And the way they look like they're playing anyway. So, it has been speculated, it's been said a few times on the radio station 98.7 FM, the main radio station I listen for Arizona sports. It has been said that Phoenix Suns have a point guard problem, and it's ironic because they just traded a point guard, even though I think there was a good move to trade Eric Bledsoe. I think it seems like it's a bad move, but here's what I'm going to say on that problem. Tyler Ulis, our current point guard, I've watched him. I've watched Suns games. I've seen him play good. I've heard news of him playing good. Okay, he could play the ball game. He could play the game. He's like what in baseball they call what he's in a slump. That's what they call it. They call it a slump, and he is in a slump. And I think it is a little bit of a overlooked type of thing when they played in the Lakers just yesterday. They played decently well. They passed the ball around well. The Suns played all right, and Booker probably once again did real good. Ball probably once again didn't do anything. At least I don't think he did. Maybe he did a little bit better. I'm not sure. But yeah, Suns. But the moral is, the summary is, with Suns. The Suns' point is that it's not a point guard problem. It's not the physical problem, the physical person at the point guard position. It is how the person is playing at the point guard position. Their point guard's fine. Ulyss is not like injured, or else there would be a point guard problem. He's just not as playing as good as he should, and I think he'll start to get better. At least that's my guess. That's my guess. You know. Anyway, that's my whole take on the Suns point guard issue that kept on coming up, which I don't like. Again, not issue in personnel, it's just issue how the player is playing. Now, about the Sun Devils. Sun Devils have once again 3 W's and a 4th one most likely coming up tomorrow of 90 points plus scored, which that's a big deal. It's a big deal. The only team right now, I looked on like the standings and everything in the Pac-12, the only team right now that's handling their opponents better and maybe has played weaker opponents, I'm not sure. I'm not that big of a fan of strength of schedule, especially when it comes to basketball. In basketball, it's almost like nothing is an upset, and any team could be the best. Any team play good could be the best. There's a reason why there's 64 teams in March Madness rather than 10 teams, because there has to be a lot of chances for all these. You can't just measure in that top 10 or a top 20 or top 25 rather. There's so many good teams in basketball that you can find at least, maybe find at least 100 that are actually that will surprise you and are actually pretty good, including Dan Marley's team. That's a different story. We're talking about Bob Hurley. Is it Bob Hurley? Bob Hurley? For some reason I forget his name. But Sun Devils here. And see, they're favored to win quite a few of their games. I already talked about this, and the significance is that last year they did kind of terrible, and for some reason they're still favored to win. And that's last year. If you actually look last year, they were kind of bad. But this year they're favored to win quite a few of their games, and they have good, strong games on the schedule. Strong games. Teams that are historically better. That if they win those games, then watch out for the Sun Devils in the March Madness tournament. And even then, it seems like with the way they're going that they could definitely be in the March Madness tournament. They have good players, good talent, good teamwork, and everything like that. What they do was good. Their coach was good. Their coach was good enough to go and yell at the official for making a really bad call on one of the players, calling him out. Like, support his players so much that they took a full timeout to yell at the official that made the terrible call, like demoting his player. Well, yeah, Arizona State's good. I think Arizona State's gonna do good, and in a few more games, if they still have no losses, so they're gonna do a little bit better than anyone thinks. In fact, their only losses may come from U of A and Kansas, and those teams that they're playing are big, really, really good teams that through the past years have been really, really good. So yeah, that's just Arizona State's year. That's what I'm thinking about. Obviously, there might be some sort of recap. I am on break, so I'll be able to see 3 more Arizona State games possibly, where they have in some sort of tournament, and if they win the first game, they have Xavier coming up, which is another big game, and they have St. John's coming up, which is another big game. So it'll be pretty soon here. Pretty easy to tell if Arizona State's gonna have a real good year in basketball or a bad year. Either way, that Bobby Hurley team, a big change going on. Alright, see ya. Peace. 10-minute video. Try to make it shorter, but I couldn't. No. Could have made it longer as well, but I didn't. Anyway, bye.